Let's make a 3-ribbon bow. So for this bow, we're going to be using two 2.5-inch ribbons and one 1.5-inch ribbon. I'm also going to be using my Easy Bow Maker, and I have this beautiful spool holder that I found on Etsy, and they actually customized it for me. Some additional tools you're going to need is a pair of scissors, as well as one of the following, either a pipe cleaner, a zip tie, or 22 gauge floral wire. So to make this simple bow, we're going to line up our ribbon in the order that we want it to appear. So the very first ribbon on the spool holder is my bottom ribbon. The middle ribbon is going to go in the middle. And you'll notice how I pulled the ribbon around to the side. I'm going to use the same thing and use the 1.5-inch right here on the center. So we have all 3 ribbons stacked together, and we're going to measure out our tail. So with the Easy Bow Maker, it has marks on it for you to see how wide you want your ribbon and your loops on your bows. So we're going to do this at 7-inch mark, and I'm just going to pinch this together and slide it down in between the dowel rods on the Easy Bow Maker. As I'm going down, I'm twisting my left hand, and of course I'm right-handed, and now the ugly side of the ribbon is facing up. I'm going to come out here to the 7-inch mark on the other side, find that, find my point here, twist as I go down into the dowel rods, and now my loop comes out to the 7-inch mark. I'm going to repeat that and do 2 loops all the way out to the 7-inch mark. So 1 loop on each side. Now the next loop, and of course I'm twisting as I'm going down in between the dowel rods and pushing that down towards the bow maker. We're going to bring our ribbon back out, and this time we're going to go into about the 6-inch mark. So I'm going to come in about 1 inch here, give it a good twist, push, come over here to about the 6-inch mark, give it a good twist and push. And let's repeat that one more time and come in about 1 more inch. Twist, push, and twist. And that actually on the last one, you do not have to twist it. So for this one, we're going to measure out 7 inches of ribbon tail, cut that off. And now depending on what methods you're going to use, if you're going to use the floral wire, a pipe cleaner, or zip tie, if you're new at this, I do recommend a zip tie because it will give you a stronger hold. And when you make this kind of bow with the 3 ribbons, you may have quite a bit of depth in here. It's very thick, depending on the type of ribbon you're using. So a zip tie will give you a stronger hold. I'm going to use the zip tie so that I can show you how I finish it with the zip tie. So I'm just going to lift up on this and make a little space between the bow maker and my ribbon itself. I'm going to insert the zip tie down here in between those dowel rods, pull this up, and as I'm pulling up, I want to make sure my zip tie stays in the right direction. As I'm pulling up, I can bring that zip tie around and link this together. Now that I have it connected on the zip tie, I can pull this out a little bit more, tightening as I go, but do not tighten it all the way yet. Here at this point, I can see if there's any ribbon that needs to be straightened out. Sometimes it'll get crinkled right there in the center. But before I tighten this completely, I'm going to firmly hold this in my hand. I'm going to insert a pipe cleaner right in the back here so that I can attach it to my finished design. So if I'm going to put this on a gift or a Christmas tree topper or whatever I'm going to add it onto, I have something to attach it to. You can also use floral wire in here as well. And you'll see that that's in there. Now, again, before I tighten it all the way, I just want to make sure that my ribbon is laying flat, no crinkles. And now I feel confident in tightening that zip tie all the way. Once you have your zip tie tightened, you can cut off any excess of just the zip tie. Now that we have that completed, we're just simply going to take our loops and start spreading them apart. So I usually start at the bottom with my loops, and you'll notice that the red and white peppermint ribbon over here is on this side. So on this one, I'm going to pull it off to the opposite. So the loops are on the opposite side of each other. Because I use the zip tie, I can pull, twist, and turn my ribbon without it coming apart out of my bow. So let's first get these all untwisted and spread apart. And again, I'm starting from the bottom, going upward. Now those ribbon tails, I'm just going to separate those, pull them off to the side, but I am going to go back and dovetail the ends. And by simply cutting them at an angle, at a V shape, and we'll do the same with the ones on top. Now, I don't need my tails quite so long on the top, so I'm going to make those a little bit shorter. I want to be able to see the ribbon underneath it. I may go back and trim those just a little bit more. We shall see. And on the underside, this is what it looks like. You've got your pipe cleaner to attach to a lantern, to a lamppost, to your tree topper, whatever you want to attach that to. You can even put it on the back of chairs.